No matter what game you play, there's something you hate playing against.
Oh my god.
I didn't know. I just barely looked at it.
This guy just hit fired. I hate Blitz, dude. I hate him. I fucking hate this operator. Ubisoft, what the fuck is this operator?
Most of the time, it's something cheesy or broken.
What? Like, should that even be allowed? You can literally one-shot somebody with the right click. I don't care how inaccurate it is. It's better than a fucking Zeus, man.
But sometimes you hate something not because it's good, but because it shouldn't be. Because seemingly everything about its creation was intended to be as irritating, frustrating, and rage-inducing as humanly possible. Sometimes you play against a monster, and anyone who picks Teemo is that monster.
What is this fucking shit? Fuck you! Fuck your stupid cat! Fuck you!
Make no mistake, Teemo, one of League of Legends' most iconic characters, was designed to be an annoying little shit. He's barely fun to play as, let alone to play against. And sometimes it feels like he's literally only in the game to troll people who know better than to pick him.
Here he comes. Boom. There's the appetizer. And here's the dinner! Looks like I'll be going to Lickus this year, boy!
However, unlike most unwanted devil children, there's actually a battle over his true parentage. Whether League fans like it or not, their game in its earliest days wasn't exactly a wellspring of originality. Many aspects of its design, including champions, owed a lot to concepts developed for Dota All-Stars, the Warcraft 3 mod that preceded Dota 2. Don't believe me? Just take a look at Ashe and Drow Ranger, or Corki and Gyrocopter. It's kind of shameless, really.
Okay, stop copying me. Stop copying me!
Back in its day, the Dota All-Stars forums were packed with dozens of suggestions from designers and fans for heroes that never even made it into Dota. And one of those ideas was Wicket, the big game hunter. Wicket was supposed to be a hard-to-catch, quick character with crowd control traps that were annoying to play against. And that shouldn't be a surprise given that he was based on Ewoks, who aside from destroying the Emperor with arrows in a non-canon game, mostly existed to annoy the Empire and also you, the movie watcher.
We surrender.
Hey, what's wrong with Ewoks? They're so cute.
Yeah, until you see them blink.
Ew.
Yeah, they're fucking disgusting. Anyway, Wicket was one of the many Dota character concepts that Riot allegedly reworked into one of their early champions for League of Legends. According to an article on the creation of Teemo, Riot producer Jeff Jew says the design team wanted cute characters in their roster, but also wanted something that had a gameplay identity that was at odds with the cute, cuddly aesthetic. The adorable characters were named Yordles, apparently because a Riot artist had a dream about Yoda and fellow species mate Yaddle and fused their names together when he woke up. Bullshit! For a while, Teemo's kit was in flux as designers experimented with everything from a 6-second stun dart to a StarCraft nuke he could target from stealth. Eventually, after more strange and seemingly random inspiration, they equipped the little bastard with toxic mushrooms. Teemo entered the Rift in the 6th week of League's alpha, and early on, wasn't actually that bad of a champion. His purpose was to counter tanky damage dealers like Garen, and though he's rarely been played competitively, he did see unironic use in the LCS as late as 2014.
Teemo actually beats up on most of the current top laners in League of Legends. People just haven't started playing him because they don't think he transitions into team fights very well.
Hilariously, Riot actually nerfed Teemo the next week because even they don't want to live in a world where Teemo is a viable pick. But to the unacquainted, what is it that makes Teemo such a pain in the ass? Well, for starters, he has a blind, which gives him more survivability than a squishy character should ever have. He can become invisible if he sits still.
Take the bait and shove it up your ass, Lux!
He has damage over time, and he can create invisible mushroom traps that slow and apply a dot.
Oh, what the no fucking way, dude. No fucking way, man. That's bullshit.
To make matters worse, even his personality is grating. His shrill, high-pitched laugh is not only the stuff nightmares are made of, but it's often used as a global taunt that universally inspires rage towards the little scamp. Nothing about playing against Teemo is fun, but as LoL evolved, coordinated teams have learned to absolutely take him apart.
Ah, he's adorable! What?
Look at my first blood spin, knocks him out! Damn it!
Poison!
No! Quad! Barely lives on! No! It's a disaster! The Teemo has fallen.
And while his damage output is high, his overall kit doesn't make him worth picking, especially as newer champions like Nico are much more viable choices. Teemo is essentially a pick that tells everyone in the game that you aren't taking it seriously. You don't give a shit about actually winning. You're just here to guarantee at least half an hour of misery for all involved, especially your teammates. But who cares as long as you're having fun, right?
You are a rude, terrible person, and the way you treat other people are horrible.
Confoundingly, outside of pro play, Teemo remains pretty popular. His pick rate has never completely cratered, he still gets regular skins, and outside the game, Riot sells tons of Teemo merchandise, including hats that you've seen at literally every League event. Teemo is basically League's mascot, and simultaneously a symbol of players' solo queue travails. So with us being champions for positive change at theScore eSports, we wanted to see if it was possible to impact the community's perception of Teemo for the better. And after locking one of our interns in a room for a week with the direction to only play Teemo, this is what we learned. In the end, we discovered that despite your best efforts to be a positive, cooperative Teemo main, the best thing you can do for everyone involved, including yourself, is to not pick him at all. He's straight garbo.
I'll get you someday!
Man, Ewoks are the worst part of Return of the Jedi.
Josh, you should lay off the Ewok slander.
What are they gonna do, man? Take me to court?
Josh?
Oh, tell my family?
Tell them what?
Smockin'.